Can you guess the number one misconception of getting into the energy of your future self? Your future self still has doubts and dishes, okay? You may be manifesting that you will not have dishes, but you will have something else mundane in your life, such as leaving your kids at the kindergarten still, or, taking the laundry once in a while, or whatever it is, right? But the message here is that even though you will get yourself into new level of self, when you explore, when you evolve, when you change into kind of the more truer version of yourself, and the version that you are more proud of, where you feel like really in your zone, so to say, that version will still have fears. That version will still have doubts. That version will still hesitate between choices in life. You will not be rid of it. As long as you are in the human self, you will still have fears. And what I notice is that when I'm reaching a new level of experience, a new level of self, a new level of like, this is where I really grow and evolve within, I also face a new level of fear. Not to say that it's bigger or it's deeper or if it's harder or anything like that. Many times it's actually easier because I've been practicing this kind of involvement for a very long time now. But what it is that every single time when I'm evolving, when I'm expanding, when I'm extracting myself, I do also notice that I have new level of doubts or new level of fears or new level of insecurities that pops up. And this is really the number one misconception I notice when I guide people through their future self visualization, is that they have a very romanticized picture of how that version is like. They have like this screenshot. They have this one picture, one scene of that they are on a vacation all the time. They're just like looping themselves running on a beach, or looping themselves sitting and having the best conversation ever with a partner, right? Like, it's not about a screenshot. Life is not about a screenshot. I don't think actually, as long as you are in the human experience, that you actually want to just like be stuck in a loop either, right? Just like be stuck in the same and the same and the same all over again. That is not the human experience. But we make it that many times. So when we feel that feeling, that inner sense of that I have still a lot of things to grow through, I'm still not where I want to be, I'm still not where my desires are, usually it is because we are comparing that with that very picturesque ideal picture. And not to say that that is not important to tap into, because there lies like this deep transformation in your energies. It lies this kind of, when I tap into those kind of romanticized, so to say, pictures of myself, I get really energized. I like my energy is really calibrating. But I have to also make sure that I infuse that energy, and that I understand how that energy and how that feeling and how that embodiment is going to play out in my regular day to day. So we don't want to escape. We don't want to use our future self to escape life, to escape reality. We want it to emerge, to fully be in the whole experience of our reality when we are tapping into our future self. This is not about escapism. And sometimes it feels like that. We want to remove ourselves from a certain reality and just like pick ourselves and just like drop it in another type of reality. So the number one misconception is really about not really understanding that you will still have normal, quote unquote, life. Your day will still like look normal, because that will also be your new normal. You think about it yourself, you probably had something where before that was bigger than you could ever imagine, or that was really out of character for you, or that was really something different, and today you live that particular life. Think about that, right? So, but now when you have that, when you have normalized that embodiment and normalized that life, that feels very normal to you. That feels like a regular day in your life. When things comes natural to you, where people are just like, wow, you're so good in this, or wow, I love this about your personality, or I don't understand how you do this, all of that. This is something which is very natural for you. You have normalized that type of skill, or you have normalized that kind of perspective, right? That's the same for your future self energy. you make it become normal. So then you will be experiencing very normal life, and you will still experience quote unquote what it looks like, obstacles or things are happening or life being thrown at you. This is about how can I hold the energy, the vibration of my future self, my dream version, the highest version of myself in every single given moment. That is why we're tapping into our future self, not to escape the reality which we are in. So when we are priming our future self energy, we also need to know that we are priming this energy so we are able to hold ourselves even bigger than ever before, that we are able to walk through different experiences in another way, as a different person, as a person who has grown, as a person who has matured, as a person who sees things from a little bit more observative way, or is a little bit more diplomatic in that situation that version used to be before, right? But similar situations can still appear because life is life. We can never control or manipulate the outside world. The only thing that we can actually change is ourselves. So even though we sometimes will, almost as if it feels like we are jumping into someone else's timeline or someone else's reality, and we're just like, what am I doing here? Like, I already had these experiences. I already know this is not for me, all of that. That is sometimes just for us to see that this is also a reality. This is also a reality which you can have, which you can experience, but you chose this one because you tapped into your true embodiment, your honesty, your rawness, your realness, right? And because you tapped into that, you became a person that actually behaves, acts, thinks differently than that version did used to do in similar situations. You understand what I mean here, right? So we want to prime this energy because we want to be able to show the world, show ourselves that I can hold this energy no matter what. I don't need to change. I don't need to adapt to the world in that type of way of, if I see that someone is behaving out of character, if someone behave in a way that I feel that, no, I don't resonate with that. That's not my vibe. I don't think that is cool. I don't think that is kind, right? Then you're able to hold yourself, and you're not going into that person's vibrations or responding to that person in a different way than you would respond when there was a person who was kind and gentle, right? That you're showing up and giving love no matter what, for instance. So this is it's a very, very different experience from having, okay, I am having this romanticized picture. I will be on vacation all the time. I will not work. I will just want to sit and read all days, or I will just have a really good time with my partner all the time. No conflict, nothing, all of that. But the matter of fact that you're actually not really fully priming yourself, if that's the only thing that you do when you tap into your future self version, you will not prime your energies to what's to come, because there will be some misunderstandings in your relationships. There will be some discussions which you need to have with your partner. There will be something that happens at work that is not really like how you pictured it would be. So this is really to also have in mind that you still will have doubts and dishes. Okay, you still will have doubts and dishes. If it's not doubts for you, if it's not dishes for you, it is fears, or if it is insecurity, or it is biking to work, whatever it is that you feel is a little bit friction in your life, which you feel it is a little bit like, oh, it's the mundane, I don't really want this in my life. You will still have new things in your life when your new future self becomes your new normal. So that is everything that I have for today. I hope that this was really helping you to prime your energy a little bit more when it comes to the future self and holding the vibration, maintaining the energy of your future self so that you can collapse time, tap into your dream reality, and get what you desire the most. This is a part of a series which I've been throwing out, okay? So this is where we're talking about your future self energy and maintaining that energy. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, I will link all of those in the description as well for you to watch. And next time we will be talking about, I think I will leave it for next time. Yeah, okay. I can say like this, we will talk about a little bit the the difference between thinking and feeling. That's the only thing that I would say, okay? So if you haven't yet subscribed, do that so that you notice when I'm uploading the next video. And also, if you're interested in tapping into your future self together with me, where we're really putting out a blueprint that really works for you, transforming into your future self version of yourself, then I will also leave the links for coaching down in the descriptions together with my other offerings. So I hope that you have an amazing week and that we see each other and talk with each other next time. Keep on listening to Within Talks.